Hello there, Ringside Crew.
Hey dudes at Ringside Crew, this is Davian.
Hey, it's Jenny Santana here.
This is Elsie.
This is the Savage Juggernaut, Tamaku.
Inside Ring!
This is Thomas D. Bruff.
This is Billy Sarks.
Mr. Chad Epic.
Megan Mason.
Hey everybody, Scotland's own Brody Adler.
The headliner in charge, Marco Mania.
This is your girl Charisma.
Papa Dink, Brendan Dicker.
This is According to Woods.
Savannah Summers.
I'm Shorty.
Tasman is sad.
You are watching
The internationally known
Dudes at Ringside podcast, hosted by Metal Geek and Joe the Panther Jr.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther, the third, and now from the top of Metal Mountain, in the middle of the mosh pit, it's the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? How's it going today? Happy Sunday.
Good.
Oh my God, Joe. Happy Sunday. Oh my God.
Happy Sunday, happy holidays, and happy, I don't know, if you guys having steak tonight, drink that wine with it. Have fun.
And unfortunately, it's our last international guest of the year. You know?
Yeah, I know.
The holiday is going.
You can always do one on the 18th if you wanted to, but no. But yeah, this is going to be our last international guest for the season. Not forever. Not forever. Don't get freaked out, British fans, UK fans. We love you to death. We love you guys to pieces. You know, can I go on my little Joe sweet goodbye rant for the UK?
Yeah. You go ahead, Joe.
You know, I wish I had the violin sample to play in the background. You know, guys, I'm saying this to the camera right now, like, UK wrestling fans, guys, really, and wrestlers, we love you guys. Thank you so much for giving us that hand to help us into the UK like frat house. Like, the big thank you has to go out to Kiara, because I know Keek said, here we go, Joe's going on the Kiara rant again. If it wasn't for Kiara, we would have never got into
what's
that
going
rant.
on, dude?
Hey, what's going on, Chris?
It's Chris Gosh, and Papa Dank is here. What's going on?
Papa Dank's doing the violin.
If
it wasn't for Kiara and Shorty and Alfie and Nathan and anybody and everybody,
Savage
and Savage Pro and Stay
Outcast.
True, and you guys really giving us that lift up the elbow, we wouldn't have had that cool little swag of a t-shirt name of internationally known Dudes at Ringside.
Yeah.
You did the nationally known.
All right, but we have an awesome and amazing guest today. Joe, are you ready for the guest today? Are you absolutely ready for the guest today?
I've been psyched for like a week. I go look at my computer screen. We didn't have anybody there yet. I'm like,
because let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Stay True's own Killdozer.
Welcome, Killdozer. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
No problem, man. Like, this is so cool that we got to close out the season for the UK scene. One of the bests, Mr. Killdozer. So, like, if our American wrestling fans are not familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Oh, well, where to start? Started wrestling back on the 4th of February 2012, you know, just like everybody else. Grew up watching wrestling, just grew up sitting in my living room watching these larger-than-life characters just come across my screen. And I knew from day one when I watched it, you know, I knew that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. And thankfully, for the last 10 years, I've been able to live my dream, you know, pursue my passion. I've wrestled for many promotions around my home country of Ireland. Got to meet some incredible talent, work with some incredible talent, and just, you know, it means the world to me. You know, I get to wake up and, you know, live my dream, follow my passion, and it's just an amazing feeling. I can't put it into words fully to justify it. It's just something that just is deep down inside me, that I was able to do, and I knew I wanted to do ever since I was a little kid, and I followed through with it, and it all came true for me, and I've just been living the dream ever since.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome.
So who trained you, Killdozer?
I was trained by my promoter. His name is Eamon Shrahan. He goes by the ring name of Eamon O'Neill. He pretty much, like me, grew up in Ireland, watching wrestling, wanted to become a wrestler, but unfortunately, around his time, there was no real wrestling in Ireland that he could attend. So he had to actually uproot from his home here in the Midlands of Ireland, and actually move fully to the UK because there was a lot more opportunities, a lot better schools, a lot more veterans over there that could guide him on a more accurate passion of the wrestling. And he spent nearly 10, 15 years over there, and he decided to come home, open up his own wrestling school here, bring what he learned, all the tricks of the trade, all the tools that were given to him, and utilize them with us. And I was one of his students. And I remember I was working somewhere at a time. I think it was a bar, and we had this big, massive hall up the back that people could rent for functions and things. And I remember I came into work one day, and he was there setting up the ring for one of his first shows, and I just went straight over. I was locked in. I just went over and I started talking to him about everything and anything to do with wrestling. And he was like, "Have you ever thought about becoming a wrestler?" And I was like, "Are you kidding me? That's my dream to become a wrestler. I just don't know how to do it." And he goes, "Well, I'm opening up a school in a few months. Give me your information, and we'll see where from there." So went out there. I think it was January 2011. I went out to the school when it opened, and yeah, I had my first lesson. I was like, "Yep, this dream's gonna happen. This is gonna happen." So trained a full year with him, and literally about 1 year later, just putting in the effort. The early mornings, the late nights, the whole blood, sweat, and tears. And thankfully, 1 year later, I stepped through the curtain and realized the dream.
Awesome. So, like, Killdozer, who are like your inspirations for becoming a professional wrestler?
Oh well, growing up, I had a lot of favorites. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was always a fan of the baddies. Uh, I was always rooting for them. But some of my inspirations definitely would have been Rick Rude, definitely Kurt Angle, Jericho, Macho Man. Just like I said, just those larger than life personalities, but just the way they were able to draw you in and like literally just hook you from the moment they step through the curtain to the moment they go back through the curtain was just amazing to me. And like definitely I drew something from those guys, like just bringing intensity, having a charismatic persona that as soon as I walk through the curtain, people are like, "Whoa, who's this guy? What's he gonna do?" And then they watch me, and whether they boo me, cheer me, if I could just get them, for that split second, just to be in the moment and just look at me and just like, "Yeah, that's the guy right there." Till I walk back to the curtain, I know I've done my job, and I've taken what I've learned and I've utilized it.
Yeah, awesome. Also, I noticed that from your promo you sent us, you're a champion. Are there anybody that you would love to defend that belt against, or that like a dream opponent?
Well, yeah, there's quite a few guys. A lot of few guys here in Ireland that I would love to wrestle. Just to name a couple of them now. I mean, the list is huge. But there's definitely his name is Tucker. I believe he wrestled for NXT UK. Sean Dunn. They both wrestled for Hard Knocks and LDN Wrestling. Joe Cabre, he's part of the Over the Top Wrestling here in Ireland. Very big promotion, very successful promotion. But the list just so many to name. There's so much to choose from in terms of talent here. And like wrestling in Ireland is really taking off right now. There's just so many promotions. There's so many people to work with. It's just you're almost spoiled for choice now. It's amazing. It's literally just the future is so bright right now.
Definitely.
So I noticed with your ring attire, it like for me gives me like those throwbacks from to the 80s with the Steiner brothers. Is there any like link between like the Steiner brothers gear like idea with their gear with yours?
Well, I was a fan of the Steiner brothers growing up. Definitely a tag team that was on the list of my favorites. But I always kind of just, when it came to my gear, I always kind of wanted to use some sort of camouflage because once I know it's going to sound bad, but once I kind of moved on from the Steiners, I was a huge Dudley Boys fan. I was a massive fan of the Dudleys back in the day.
I definitely see that in your
And just watching them, and I know when they made their jump to WWE, they changed the camos. They prefer the rest of them singlet. Unstoppable monster that when I get into the ring, I'm going to hit you and I'm going to hit you hard. I'm not going to stop till I beat you. So that's kind of the whole background behind my gear.
I actually like that the Dudley Boys mixed with the Steiner Brothers show. Can you see like something like that?
This the Dudley Steiners.
The
There you
Dudley
go,
Steiner,
Geek. That's the
yeah.
new tag team. If the Steiners and the Dudleys became a team, it would be the Steiner Dudleys.
I mean, they could be a stable and mix all their
Well,
colors
the Dudleys
together.
all say they have different family members from all over the world, so the Steiners could be secretly members of the Dudleys, and we don't even know.
Hey, crazier things have happened.
Remember, they had how many family members did the Dudleys have in ECW, Geek and Killdozer? A lot.
Yeah, yeah. Don't forget
8?
those.
I remember 8 at least.
Yeah, you never know. The Steiners could have been secret family members. They didn't even introduce them. Like,
oh my God, Joe. Just don't make us do Steiner Brothers math because I think I've been so hard struggling to figure out Steiner Brothers math for so long. Joe,
my
maybe
calculator would explode.
Killdozer, have you been able to figure out Steiner Brothers math, or are you still struggling with Steiner Brothers math and you need a tutor right now?
Yeah, I'm struggling with math. I'm definitely struggling with it. I kind of was sitting there watching it, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have a lie down for a few minutes after trying to figure that one out.
I need to go out and have a beer. That's what I would say. I need a beer. I think I broke my brain.
Scott Steiner's somebody we need on the podcast and that's one of the questions I think I would definitely ask him. It's like, how do you do Scott Steiner math?
I'd be scared. He may yell at us, Geek.
He yells at everyone. He's like, this is how I talk.
Oh yeah.
You broke our microphones. You broke StreamYard.
Oh my God.
Broke StreamYard.
It's broken, all right?
Oh no. StreamYard. It's broken. It's like the sad emoji on the screen, like when you get bad internet. Or StreamYard. Didn't see it coming.
Now, my question, other question here is a fun question. I noticed that you're a huge Star Wars fan. Do you have a typical favorite Star Wars movie or character, or?
Pretty much. I actually got asked that question a lot. I'd have to say my favorite Star Wars movie would be The Empire Strikes Back.
You could be best friends. We're best friends now, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's my absolute favorite movie right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. No, that's that. Yeah. If I had to pick one from the whole franchise, definitely The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. Yeah. And character. What's your favorite character?
Oh,
don't say Jar Jar Binks, man. Don't say Jar Jar Binks.
God, no. Who would even say that?
You don't even know. There's actual people out there that would say that, Killdozer. Oh, like Jar Jar Binks, and I'm like, you have no friends, do you?
Don't even joke about that.
There's Jar Jar Binks lovers fan pages.
There's people that actually make merchandise and like stuff with Jar Jar Binks on it, like Jar Jar's the man.
No, he's not.
They make separate universes. Jar Jar's like the leader of one of the team. They take the helmet off. It's Jar Jar Binks. It's like,
oh my God.
There's been rumors, Killdozer, that they want Jar Jar Binks to be a Sith Lord, and I'm like, I don't see it, man. But crazier thing,
Yeah.
I don't. Crazier things have happened because
He takes the hood off. Oh, you know it. I'm the leader now, don't ya?
it's like
And we're all like,
my dark apprentice,
I did it.
Lord
Oh my
Lord
god.
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar, the
Oh,
leader.
no, I think
Biggest
they're
face in schools.
I think they're clutching at straws with that whole Jar Jar Darth Sith Lord stuff.
with 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 Disney taking over, it's like we could sell more merchandise with Jar Jar at that home.
Jar Jar. You can
So
see the money that
it's
like they're going like.
we need a friendly character over there. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't need Jar Jar.
Geek immediately sends him the give of Peter Griffin. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What?
Stab it, stab it.
Oh my god.
There's plenty of other characters in the universe that character disappeared, and you could bring them back today. What character would it be, and why?
In Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yes, in the Star Wars world.
Whew, wow, that's a very wide selection right there. Because it's like someone said it to me. It's like Star Wars, where every single character has a backstory and lore. I'm like, yeah, that's actually true. But God, that's actually a really tough one. Maybe I would like General Veers, something with General Veers, just because I really enjoy his kind of backstory, his whole lore. It really fits in well with the character that he plays, and like it was pretty kind of cool to watch how like even the slightest thing in The Empire Strikes Back that upset Darth Vader, it didn't matter. You just force choke you to death, but he let Veers survive because I think he respected him so much. And when he died at the Battle of Endor, it did kind of suck because I thought he was a really great character. But so I would like to see him come. I know it would be hard, but it'd be cool to see him come back in some sort of shape or fashion, or maybe even something pre-Empire. You know, kind of that leads him up to how he joined. Like I know there is a lot of lore, but like some sort of action show or some animation show to show us how it led into it. You know.
But yeah, I think my favorite Star Wars characters would have to be, one of them is my Boba Fett is absolutely one of my favorite Star
I was
Star
about to
Wars.
say, if he says Jar Jar Binks is his favorite character, he done.
No,
It's
no.
the Killdozer Joe show.
Quick, hide all the Jar Jar Binks merchandise in the corner somewhere. Make sure they don't see
He has
it.
a room. He has a room just with the Jar Jar Binks merch, and just he opens the door and it says "Welcome and welcome, friend." And he's like,
Oh my god!
it's like his shrine of him. He's like, he knew about you, Jar Jar.
I just walk in, see that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm out, and just turn around.
He's like, Joe, you're on your own, friend. What?
Peace out,
He's
y'all.
a Jar Jar Binks.
You got the whole sound thing. You got the cups.
Welcome to Do It the Ringside.
Oh my
Geek's the only person that
god!
Disney sends geek emails. We just got a whole lot of Jar Jar Binks merch. You want it? Yes, I do. Oh, here's my credit card.
Oh my god! Take my money.
You take my money, like Finn
Yeah,
from.
but my favorite characters would have to be Boba Fett and Darth Maul, my two favorite characters.
Awesome selection there.
Yeah, I love that double side lightsaber, man. That is probably the sickest lightsaber I've ever seen. How is this guy a bad guy? Yeah,
that blew my mind when I saw it in the cinema. It's like he puts it down, and the one side comes over, like whoa. Next thing, the second, like whoa. Okay, it just got real right now.
And it's funny, guys. There's people out there that I used to go to Comic-Con like 3 years in a row. There's people that actually see all this stuff, and they go to their shed and they go, "How can I make that without spending $1,000?"
And then they do it, and then they
freaking do it, because going to Comic-Con, you see some good outfits, and then you see the people like, could have spent a little bit more money making that, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes I see like the Transformers at like, I'm like, dude, how the fuck did they get that in the building?
I saw one online, but maybe I was dozing off looking at Instagram. Someone made one like that of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Life size.
life size, and the eyes moved like he did in the movie, and he would look at people, and the facial expression was just this the whole time. And they had in the belly they had that weird music he had when he first appeared, that dun 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 dun, dun the whole time when he was
Oh my
walking around.
God.
Yeah,
That's
and then like you
there's some
change the
creative
facial. It was
people.
what's that?
There's some creative people at those cons. I'm not gonna lie.
And then there's people come in their onesie thinking I'm dressed like Princess Leia. Don't tell him. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. Don't tell him. No.
Does my cosplay look good? As long as you have no follow-up questions, yes. Yes, it does.
Yes. And you're like, yeah, Killdozer, there's a bar right there. We both need a beer right now.
I'm already there.
Oh, jeez, man.
I'm like, what took you? What took you?
Yeah. I'll be like, drop me a beer at the bar. I will definitely drop you some cash. Make sure you put a soda there too. Here we go. Thunderfeet's comment is interesting today.
Oh, here we go. I never got the people that wear costumes to Comic-Con. If you're walking around with props, it's hard to walk with other things at the show.
See, this is a funny thing. I've been to Comic-Con 3 years in a row. Geek's never gone. I've actually seen when they make you take your stuff off and they'll do this and that to you. There's a garbage can outside full of the random knickknacks from every character that's come to that door. I don't know if they're throwing it away. I don't know if they did. It's like a holding area, but it looks like something out of a Gotham jail. Has the cane from the Riddler. It has a lightsaber. It's like, man, this person could be making a lot of money right now selling all that merch.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man, we went for we go from talking about wrestling to talking about going to Comic-Con. so if you were to go to Comic-Con, Killdozer, who's a character you would play at Comic-Con?
Oh, again, a big choice. Funny enough, I always wanted to try Shredder.
Wow!
Oh, wow! You'd be a good Shredder. I think
you'd be a super. Would you want to be Super Shredder or regular Shredder?
See, that's where my ego would come into play. I would like try and have like a regular Shredder outfit, and then like get into something with someone else who's doing the cosplay, then like run into another room and just pull off whatever pieces real quickly, then come out as Super Shredder.
Okay.
Yeah. But man, that's yeah. So which was your favorite Ninja Turtles movie? You'd say, or you hated all the movies?
I'm not gonna lie, I love the original ones. Not a fan of the new ones.
The two new ones that just remade. Yeah, which I know, but even though Sheamus was in it, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the only reason why I watched it. But no, I'd have to go probably with the first one, the very original one. I just thought it was cool. For me, it hit all the marks. Actually, no, and the second and third one, like I know the Turtles in Time kind of thing. I know that was a little bit of a stretch, but I think it was that corny that it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, for the follow. 2 years before, and he said, "Please ask Killdozer if he's over his phase of destroying championship belts yet."
Oh no!
Absolutely not.
Not.
Absolutely not. No, I've just started.
So what is with that exactly? You destroyed? Is it like a Naito thing where you take the belt and you throw it against like the post and it cracks? Or
no, I broke it with my hands.
What?
Yeah, I pretty much it was a live wrestling show up in Northern Ireland. I think back in November 21, and it was an event called Test for the Best, and it was a unique stipulation to that promotion where just think of Royal Rumble, but every 2 minutes when another wrestler enters, the stipulation changes. So the first two wrestlers start as a regular one-on-one. Next wrestler enters, it changes to an over the top. So you can only be eliminated by going over the top rope. After that, it could be a table stipulation. You go through a table, and then when everyone's entered in, the last stipulation is ladder match. And of course, as we know, you climb the ladder, you grab the belt. So I kind of was dominating in the match. I was well on my way to victory, but fate had another plan in store, and I was going to be the gentleman. I was going to do the sportsman thing and walk away. But the guy in the ring who got the belt, his name was Coach Cassidy, I think it was. He started gloating, saying he's the best wrestler around, and I just couldn't let that go. So I had a bit of a short fuse and went back into the ring, pretty much kicked the crap out of everybody and took the belt and pretty much smashed it into pieces. So effectively destroying the Irish heavyweight title. So ever since then, I've been wrestling for other promotions. It's one of the first things they say is like, please don't break our championship belts. Please don't destroy them. They cost money.
That's kind of like a Naito thing. I don't know if you're familiar with New Japan, are you? Or
Sparsely here and there.
Here and there, but okay. There's a wrestler in New Japan. His name's Tetsuya Naito, and when this was a couple years ago when he was the Intercontinental Champion. Like his gimmick was would be so like the most despicable heel. He was like there was a title. It was called the Intercontinental title. Joe, don't quote me on this one. All right. No, what I mean by don't quote me is it's not the Intercontinental title from WWE. So don't.
I know about
I think I know which one you're on about.
Yeah. So this was the belt that he hated the most. He absolutely hated this belt because this was the belt that he was demoted to. So when he won the belt again in basically, I think it was a couple of years ago, he decided he was not gonna. He was a heel, so he decided whatever he did with it, he just threw it halfway across and just started throwing it. And then one time he got really pissed off, threw it against the ring post, and it actually cracked. I don't think this was the actual plan, but I think New Japan, yeah, I swear, actually that it cracked against the ring post, and New Japan said, welded it into their story and said, he's like, see how despicable Naito is? He doesn't care about that title. He cracked it, and New Japan had to go and get a new title for, well, not him, but the next challenger. Do you believe this story, Joe, or no?
That's insane, but still, there's only one Intercontinental title in the world, geek. What are you doing?
No, there's two.
No, there's not. There's only one.
There's the New Japan Intercontinental.
There's only one.
Are you Vince McMahon waving your hand in front of me, or what are you? Joe's trying to be Vince McMahon.
My hand is like my light goes really weird when I do this to the camera. It's only one. I'm trying to Star Wars you. There's only one Intercontinental title, geek.
There's only one.
There you go. See, that's what happens. See, I may not be Star Wars.
Are you trying to use a dudes at ringside Jedi mind trick on me?
Geek, no, I'm doing what Zul did to you. I'm gonna, Lance. If you hear growling and lights smoke coming out from the door, I sent the Terror Dogs to your direction. So. If you see smoke coming out from under your door and hear growling, don't open the door.
This has been a fun chat right now. Man.
Stay in the basement forever. You're not going to want to go upstairs. Terror Dogs ransacked the mod's house. They're like just waiting for you to open the door, and you're just gonna be like, "Okay, Zul, I'm Zul. I'm Zul. All right, I'm gonna." He tries to run back down the little stairs and just.
Our friend Tracy Jackson in the chat's just laughing right now.
Tracy Jackson is an artist, and she's really, really good. She draws all kinds of different professional wrestlers from all over the world. Hey, she may draw you someday.
Yeah. Yeah. So, has you got? What's the best advice you received from somebody?
Terror Dog went the wrong direction. Dang
Uh-oh.
it.
Uh-oh, it got Killdozer.
It went the remember, but Terror Dogs are like stormtroopers. They don't pay attention. They're like,
You mean every time they shoot, they always miss, Joe?
yes. So you know how a Terror Dog does. It literally. Oh, you still there, Killdozer?
Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just about to ask, what's the best advice you ever received?
Best advice I ever received. Best advice I ever received. Well, a kind of combination of two. Pretty much. Well, I don't know if it would fall under the category, but so I remember one time when I was working, I actually spent some time in the States, and it was one of the things that got said to me was life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. And I try and keep that in mind whenever I come up against a tough challenge, whether it be wrestling or not wrestling. And it's just something I try to keep that helps keep me grounded. Realize sometimes things aren't always going to go your way. You just got to try and roll with the punches, try and see the best in each situation. What can you take from that situation? And that's pretty much what I try and keep in my mind when I'm pursuing goals. It's not going to be a straight path. It's not going to be a walk in the park. But if I get to the goal I want to get to and succeed, then it's been worth it.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite food?
Still there, Killdozer? This interview has gone really, really well, Geek. It's just so much.
This was a fun interview, Joe, right?
Yes. This is like the best of the best, because remember, it's our last international
Yes,
guest.
for the year, right?
Yeah. Unless somebody else pops up before we leave, but So
hey, there you are.
Yeah.
There you are. Okay.
Yeah. No, we're just about to ask, what's your favorite food?
In terms of food, probably category-wise, Italian.
Italian. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely can hang out with Geek.
I like calzones. I'm a big fan of calzones.
Ooh.
After that, I'd have to say some chicken wings, some of those hot and spicy chicken wings.
What would you put on your calzone?
A lot of meat.
Yeah, a lot of meat. A meat calzone.
A lot of meat.
Meat calzone. So like bacon, ham,
more meat,
meatballs,
pepperoni, steak, any. You just keep piling on there. I'll tell you when.
The calzone will be like the size of a football.
He's Killdozer.
You'd be the kid that just make.
He will kill that calzone right there.
Man. But would you put tomato sauce in it, or just very a little thin bottom of it?
No.
No tomato sauce?
Maybe. Well.
Maybe a little bit?
A tiny bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know people that overdo it, that put extra tomato sauce, and it looks like there was a murder scene right next to me. I'm like, what happened next to me? Did someone get killed? Like, what happened? Did I just get... What the heck happened?
It's a question I usually ask. It's who would your dream opponent be if you were to come to America?
Oh man, that's a crazy question. Past or present?
It could be anybody. Both. We could be both.
What's
if you want
that
to.
door you always talk about, Geek?
The forbidden door.
The forbidden door.
Well, pretty much if I had to say someone like from the past that isn't wrestling anymore, definitely would be Shawn Michaels.
Oh man, right?
That'd be that like
that's Joe's
guaranteed.
boy.
Guaranteed
That's my
showstopper
homie,
right there.
Mr. Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Shawn Michaels. Definitely would have loved a match with Kurt Angle.
Oh man.
It just, those guys would have just brought the best out of you. You would have just gone back to the locker room, beat up and sore, but you would have just kept everything to that match.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna lie. Today, now at present, now, since how he's a fellow Irish person, I would love to have wrestled Sheamus. Love to wrestle Sheamus just once.
Man, you and Sheamus, I think, would tear it up. I think.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, if I
If-
was a booker, main event, I would definitely make that the main event. Like,
That's
well,
cool, guys.
what kind of stipulation would you have that match be? A cage match, like war game style, big
Oh,
cage?
uh, probably hmm, I actually know. I think cage match would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good. I think that'd be a good kind of match to face them in.
Mhm.
I think a lot could be a lot. We could do a lot. We could do a lot there. If not a cage match, then maybe an Extreme Rules match, a war game style match. I think any of those things, you're looking at a recipe for success.
Yeah. I got a question. I don't think I've asked this before, but what is your fighting style like?
Well, I draw heavily from the American style, so a lot of and plus I'm a heavyweight myself, so a lot of high impact, just knockdown, cast iron, pile driving moves, that just bury you in the ground. But at the same time, I like to throw. I have a few tricks up my sleeve. I'm fairly sound technically as well, and I like to kind of throw a few tricks in there to confuse my opponent every now and again.
Yeah, like because I was gonna ask if you were like strong style because if you're strong style, I would have the perfect opponent for you.
Oh yeah, who?
Yeah, it's somebody me and Joe know. His
Oh,
name's
okay.
the retro dude, Rudy Root.
Retro dude, Rudy. Wow, that is that is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yes, he's a good wrestler. You should definitely look him up. That's one of Geek's favorite people that we've like everybody we like in touch with. He's the one that does the what is it, Geek? The chop shop?
the chop is called the Chop Party host. He hits these rapid fire chops in the corner, and if you're looking for a strong style opponent, he's like the perfect guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I have to look that guy up.
Yeah, so like
He looks like somebody that came out of a Back to the Future movie.
not
Yeah.
not to get confused with Kushida, but like
I think Rudy's been doing it longer, hasn't he?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I gotta look it up.
Research, Geek. Research for next year so you don't sound silly.
My mind just went straight to Biff for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
What you? Uh-oh.
You want to start wrapping them up, Geekums?
Yeah.
Wrapping up the present?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, fire ahead, guys.
All right. My last question for you, if there's any if you have any upcoming shows that you want to promote, stage is yours.
Well, so right now, pretty much, we're kind of wrapping up for the year as well. You guys are like, not a lot goes on in December. A few promotions here and there, but pretty much the next show, if I remember correctly, and I don't know if Stephen is still listening, but I believe it is in February. He's hoping to do his next show with Stay True. There's also some shows coming up with another promotion that one of the guys I mentioned before, Steve Savage, he's running Hard Knocks. I believe that show is also happening in February or March as well. As long as well with another company called Complete Anarchy Wrestling. OTT got a lot of shows coming up next year, so hoping to get involved there as well. But yeah, anyone interested, search these guys up on YouTube. They all upload their stuff. You won't be disappointed with what you see. It'll actually kind of make you want to come to Ireland and attend the show live. So keep an eye on their YouTube channels. The sky's the limit. The best is yet to come, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Stay True.
They bring some good action. Stay True. I really, being an American wrestling fan, I kind of like, as I said before, we now opened our eyes to like
February
indie
19th
promotions all over the world now. Like that's the cool thing about indies. people we know, they're like, "Oh, indies are from." No, indies are everywhere, and there's
Yeah,
different
exactly.
different levels of indies too. Like there's like
Yeah.
the smaller ones, and then there's the bigger ones. But like it's like the ocean, different sized fishes out there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And there's
So
plenty of them.
yeah, so many. Geek, you okay? I'm not frozen, guys. Let's just say let's have a thing. Killdozer, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, dude.
Oh god, Geek is frozen. So yeah, Killdozer, we want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Thank you so much. Um, good luck in all your upcoming shows, even though you have next ones in February, and good luck in all your training. Please tell your wrestling friends about us, and we will. Wait, Geek, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
All right, let's. I'm about to do the send off.
All right. All right.
Geek,
Go ahead. Okay.
I'm Joe Panther the Third,
I'm the Metal Geek.
I'm Killdozer.
and we will catch you in the next one. See you next year, UK.
See you guys.